Hello, I'm Jason Petty,
And I'm Brad Eldridge Smith.
and you are watching Nashville Soccer Talk presented by the Assembly. So, what is the Assembly? Well, we are a recognized supporters group with Nashville Soccer Club. We are still selling memberships, so if you want to be a part of our family, they start at $10. You get a iron-on patch, a decal, and a button, or you can pay $25, get all that, and get this sweet summer scarf right here. Let me turn it around for you. Do a little QVC right here to sell this.
Some Vanna White action.
I know, right? Like, ooh. So today we're going to talk about the big match against Atlanta.
Oh yeah. Big match coming up on Saturday. It felt like when this was announced that it was forever away. Now it's a couple of days away, just right around the corner. I'm incredibly excited about it. I've been fired up since it was announced. It seems like the closer we get, the heart rate goes up a little bit, the blood pressure goes up a little bit. I'm ready to see the boys take the field and see what they can do.
So, I mean, just thinking back of the journey we had, like going back to 2013, this was just, when it was Nashville Football Club, it was just a community-owned club. People pay like $40 or $50 a share to be a part of it. And now, we're in USL, first year as a professional club, and a couple of years from now, we're going to be in MLS, the top league in North America.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that when you go to Hollywood and you write scripts that are sports movies, this is the kind of scripts that you write. You take this small town club that's owned by the supporters, and in no time, they're the big man on campus. They're ready to go to MLS. It's been a wild ride the whole way through.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe it. I mean, it's basically a dream. I remember being there a couple months ago at the Country Music Hall of Fame announcing that, and just the unbelievable feeling. Like, this is really happening right now.
Definitely a pinch me kind of moment.
I know. So, so we'll talk about the game coming up. First, we'll talk about the night before party a little bit. It's going to be here at Tailgate Music Row. We also want to thank them for providing us great beer and providing us a home to watch our away games. So look in the future on our social media, on the website, of games that we'll be playing here in the future.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a great home schedule coming up. We've also got a great away schedule. Plenty of games. This is definitely going to be the place to come hang out, watch the games, enjoy a pizza, enjoy some beer, hang out at a bar that's been a supporter of soccer in Nashville for years at this point. This place has been through multiple iterations. Every single one of them has been a staunch supporter of what's going on with soccer in Nashville.
Yeah, I mean, it's been terrific. They've been very supportive of us, and we look forward to more years of this partnership.
Yep.
So, talking about the big game coming up, sort of what do you expect from both sides in that matchup?
I think it's going to be a fun game. I think as we come into it, just the excitement level from the Nashville fans. When we walk into that stadium and see for the first time what it looks like for us to take the field as a professional soccer team, going to be just an absolutely crazy atmosphere. I'm hoping that level of support kind of, buoys the team a little bit, gets them ready to play. Obviously coming up against a tough opponent right out of the gate in Atlanta United, not just an MLS team, but one of the better teams in MLS last season. They've added players in the offseason. They're ready to make a good run. I think Nashville could potentially show up, give them a run for their money. Maybe you pull out that shocker. Maybe you get that 30-yard free kick to the upper 90. We'll see what happens. I think it's going to be a great time either way.
We have a pretty good veteran squad. We got a lot of players with USL experience and even some with some MLS experience. I think sort of the biggest name to come out of that, I think London Woodbury was kind of a surprise with his time at New England. And Gary Smith, he's a coach that's been around a while. He won MLS Cup for Colorado. So I think he was definitely brought in for that transition to MLS because he had that experience. I mean, not just playing at the top level of Colorado, but also playing at, coaching at the lower levels, in NASL with Atlanta Silverbacks, and he had the time in England as well in the lower levels.
Yeah.
So he knows, how this transition should go.
Oh, yeah, I agree. It's one of those, when you look at the roster, there's a lot to be excited about kind of up and down that roster. Some familiar names on there.
Right.
And then when you look at that all the way up into the managerial ranks, like you said, Gary Smith, lots of experience. He's been there before. He knows how to do this. I think we're in for some good things this year. I think we're in for some good things next year, and I think we're in for some great things in 2020.
Yeah, then Atlanta, just signing that young Argentinian kid Bracco.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of crowned to be the next Messi. So,
yes.
We'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, I'd like to see him play a little bit on Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm curious how he, adjusts to the physicality of the American game, to the style that he's going to need to play
and
to
the
be
weather,
successful in the MLS. Yeah, obviously, 50 and rain on Saturday,
right.
I think is what they're projecting. A little bit different weather than what he's used to playing in Argentina, I'm sure.
Yeah, and sort of the season going forward, I think we're definitely maybe on the lower end of making the playoffs, but I think we have a decent shot of getting in.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's one of those things where, from an expectation standpoint, we understand where we are. Very, very first season coming into the USL. Obviously, with expansion into MLS looming on the horizon, there's
right.
a lot of pressure on us to be successful and prove that we belong there. And I think the model that we've been shown over the last couple of years by several USL teams and by MLS teams that have come into the leagues and been successful right off the bat, I think if we can kind of follow along with that model, I think we can have a good year. And I think if we make it to the playoffs at the end of this year, I think that puts us in a good position going into that second USL season. And I think that proves that Nashville really is a soccer city and that this team's ready to be good.
Yeah, and I think these players are definitely going to be really hungry out there, because this is sort of their audition to be in MLS. Either like if you're a young player and you never had that chance, or you've been in MLS before and you want to get back to that point. There's a lot of pressure on getting to that.
I agree. A lot riding on this season, not just for the team, the players, the coaches, and even to a certain extent the fans. We need everybody to show up. We need everybody to be engaged. We need everybody to show the MLS community and the USL community that Nashville is truly a soccer city. We're a diverse city. We're a city that loves its football, it's football, it's soccer.
And hockey, obviously.
And hockey. You can't forget about the Preds.
So, just looking at the support for the Preds in the Stanley Cup run, that kind of shows that, hey, we can support non-traditional sports here.
Oh, yeah. This city is ready to embrace this team, I believe. Nashville has a pretty vibrant youth soccer community. I think everybody will really get on board with this. I think a big key to that is going to be the supporters groups.
Right.
If people can come out and not just get involved with the team, buy their season tickets, but get involved with the supporters groups so that we get the atmosphere going, we get the chants going, we get the tifos up, we get ready to really support this team and show them that not only are they taking the field with 10 other players beside of them that are ready to support them, they're taking the field with thousands of people sitting behind them that are ready to support them.
Right.
As well.
You look at Cincinnati, the crowds they've drawn, like 20,000
it was crazy.
To a USL game.
Crazy.
So obviously we can't do that with the size we're limited to, but we could bring that sort of atmosphere, in the First Tennessee Park, and I think that could really show a great message to MLS that, hey, this is the destination to come, if you're a player.
Oh yeah. Well, and it's one of those things that, looking at it from the USL team and fan perspective and the MLS team and fan perspective, Nashville is a great city to come to. We've got breweries, we've got music, we've got great restaurants, we have beautiful hotels. There is always something going on in this city, and I think as we go forward, we're going to become one of the premier destinations for away games for MLS.
And I think when that stadium gets built, I think we'll host an AllStar game like fairly quickly.
Only a matter of time.
Yeah, I think Atlanta, they're either getting one this year or the following year, and just think of bringing Real Madrid or Barcelona in here for an AllStar game. It'd be amazing.
It would be a fantastic experience, you know, not only for the players that are going to get to play in it.
Right.
I envy those guys as I see them take the field.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a fantastic experience for the fans we have here. You know, we've got some loyal soccer supporters in the city, people that have supported Nashville FC and Nashville SC for years and years and years. We have a very vibrant community that supports the Premier League, the Bundesliga. Right. I mean, we are very tied in. Yeah, our American Outlaws chapter always does a great job. I know Tailgate's their home as well. We're happy to share it with them. It's going to be a great place to come out and watch. Nashville is definitely becoming the new soccer city of the South.
So that wraps it up today. Like, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll also have a Patreon, so if you could contribute to that, we'd greatly appreciate it. If you own a company and you want to sponsor, we'll definitely love to talk to you guys soon. So go NSC.
Come on, you boys in gold.